And Akimbade that is here shouting, making noise, is more corrupt than any other person in the Labour Party. Since I joined this Labour Party in 2017, after the passage of Not Too Young to Run Bill, I ran an election in 2019. And I've taken time, I'm the youngest among them, Uncle Abati. And I can tell you that I've understudied most of them. Akimbade that is pointing finger at Abure is a more terrible human being. Let him take me up to that. I am willing to challenge him to any point with
Kennedy,
good evidences.
Kennedy.
What is really happening in the Labour Party? Who is the chairman of the Labour Party? And who is trying to scuttle the chance of the Labour Party at the tribunal?
Welcome to another episode of What is Trending. I have few issues bothering Nigeria: the polity, the political system, the government, the stability of the government, and so on and so forth. The Labour Party has erupted from nowhere to become a contender of the presidential seat during the last few years. I'm talking about the just concluded presidential elections, where the candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Gregory Obi, pulled a whooping sum of over 5 million votes to come, according to the INEC results, to surface as the third position at the polls, talking about the presidential elections that took place a fortnight ago. But after the collation of results and subsequent announcement of the victorious one at the polls, there have been internal crises taking place in the Labour Party. These crises are alleged to have been aimed at denting the political ambition or the presidential career of their own principal, Peter Obi. Now, various members of the Presidential Campaign Council and members of the Labour Party and different factional leaders of this same party have come out to give their own view on what they think or the perspective they feel is the right one on the crisis taking place in the Labour Party. And now I have Prince Kennedy Ahanotu, who is the present Deputy National Secretary of the Labour Party, and Wan Akimbade Onyeleku, who is the factional Labour Party National Legal Advisor, who came on a Rise News studio to debate. It doesn't form as a form of an interview, it is a form of a debate, because these two couldn't leave anything to chance. They argued and argued till we couldn't hear them anymore.
I've always said it that illegality is illegality anywhere it happens in the world. And what actually happened is that on the 5th of April, Kimbade and Papa, some 5 individuals, attempted to hijack the party office by breaking into the party office and distributing positions to themselves without a prior notice of any meeting of any sort, either for the NWC or for NEC. No notice was given. We have a platform, and they hijacked the party, besieged the party office, broke into the party office, and distributed position to themselves. And immediately the same day, decided to recall back people that were suspended in the party in due process. And beyond that, they went ahead to say they have dissolved the campaign council without consulting NEC, without consulting anybody. Beyond that, and again, beyond being preemptive of their actions and the things they have committed within this short period, on the 7th, a notice of withdrawal, for example, was issued in Edo State, where Akimbade was said that he represented the Labour Party without consulting the national chairman and leadership of the party to withdraw cases of our candidates in Edo State, one Ativie in Edo State. There are instances where a candidate from Obiakpo have also called that such action have been taken also against him, and also in Lagos. And so what is happening is that the Labour Party is truly under attack, and the instruments that are being used are that same Akimbade that is the former legal advisor, because NEC have suspended him, and I think that is the background of what has been happening.
Say it emphatically that there was never a move, there was never an attempt to withdraw the petition of Peter Obi from the tribunal. Of course, I also read it on the news online and all that. And I challenge them. I challenge them to present documents where we actually filed to withdraw the petition of Peter Obi from the tribunal. There was nothing like that. You know, Kennedy and his cohorts, they are just alarmists. They're confusionists. They don't even know what they want. They don't know the direction. We are not ready to withdraw any petition of the Labour Party. And not that alone. He talked about what happened in the party. What happened? I mean, the build up to this crisis. Like I told people, no crisis in Labour Party. We only have misunderstanding. Now, we're talking about a court of competent jurisdiction giving an order to restrain 4 officers that were indicted by police investigation reports. Not Labour Party report, police investigation report. And the Party National Working Committee acted on it. And he spoke of the fact that we broke to the office and all that. There was nothing like that. As a matter of fact, we got to the office, acted on the order of the court, because messages were sent to members of National Working Committee. Kennedy Hianotu, who used to speak from both sides of the mouth, came up and said, hey, he did not receive and all that and all that. From members of the National Working Committee were 18. 4 were restrained. 2 were initially suspended. 1, we lost 1. So we left with 11. 7 from 11 met, which formed quorum. How we took decisions. So when you say we never met and all that, some people are located. No. The decision of the National Working Committee is bound on every member of the National Working Committee. And I want to also let us know, and the world to know, that it talks about in Edo. In Edo, Labour Party candidate is Murphy, not Etivie. No. Murphy went to court and won, because he participated in the primaries of the party, and he became the winner. But Abure, Julius Abure, the former national chairman, in his usual way, collected money and changed name. Now, these are the things that happen all over the country. Like in the case of the police report, one Ezeoko in Ebonyi, his name was also changed because 200 million was collected. The person who paid the money wrote a statement before the police that he paid 200 million in 4 installments. That was why they changed the name of a candidate of the party. So what we did in Edo is to stand by our candidate, Mr. Murphy, and say no, the former speaker of Edo State House of Assembly, Etivie, is not our candidate, because he never participated in our primary. The person who emerged at the primary is the person we are giving support. But how can somebody go to court and say, oh, I'm the candidate, when you are not the candidate of the party? So we are asking the court that that person who filed this matter is not our candidate, and the Labour Party is withdrawing from there. We are giving support to the real Labour Party candidate who emerged from the primary of the party. So that's that.
Now, they spoke first of all. The first question was about what is really happening in the Labour Party and what the chairman, or who the chairman of the Labour Party is really. Is it talking about, or is the Labour Party chairman Lamidi Akpakpa, or is he still Julius Abure, who was the former national chairman? This confusion has been taking place because if you would rewind your mind to some days ago, Lamidi Akpakpa, who is now the present factional chairman of the party, was said to have been suspended by an honorable court. The Supreme Court in Abuja confirmed his suspension alongside 4 others. Now, forward to some weeks ago, a Supreme Court in Abuja too confirmed the alleged suspension of Julius Abure, the national chairman of the Labour Party, alongside 4 others over issues of fraud and so on and so forth. But discussed in this interview too were issues of mismanagement of success of the Labour Party, and then the position of Mr. Peter Obi on the internal crisis of the party, and INEC's position in the matter as regards the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Watch these two as they make it or argue out in the Arise News studios.
He said that they formed a quorum and the message was sent. I put it to him that even in his phone, there is no text message with respect to that meeting, and let him open his phone there for you to see. And all of them that attended that meeting, they can't give a proof that there was a text message sent to any of them. And he said they were 7. I put it to him that they were 5. Favor, Akimbade, Lawan, Daramola, and Alhaji Apapa. Because the other person that made them cease have refuted his attendance of that meeting. So he came out on public media, on AIT, and said that he was deceived to come to that place. And Dr. Olorunfemi, a humble man, a very respectable young person, he withdrew his participation. So it was 5 of them that came. And again, Uncle Abati, we are running a political party with constitution. For you to remove the national chairman of a political party, is there in our constitution that you, beyond calling for NWC emergency meeting, you must be able to call NEC. And that NEC called will serve for that purpose of removal of national chairman. But to tell you how desperate Akimbade and his co-travelers are, they came that particular day, they sat, and again, I'm surprised that Akimbade passed through law school. Because as far as I know, there is no court of competent jurisdiction that have indicted Abure. This is just an interim order of police, which I have here. I can send a copy to your staffs here with me. They will bring it to you. That order says, in fact, the 3 points made by police is that one thing that struck me about that police report is that they said that this report is purely for information, that is not vetted by their legal team, legal department, and it cannot stand anywhere in terms of legal practice and legal presentation. It's on that report. And they made this report based on one-sided evidence, that it was only one person that have made presentation and have made a statement with respect to that case. And that was why they are giving that report. And what happened? Why did they give that report? Interim report, police interim report, was because in the heat of our campaign, Julius Abure and some of us that were committed in that campaign, we are saddled with our campaign activities. We are the only political party that visited virtually every senatorial zone in Nigeria. So Julius Abure kept writing the police that, please, bear with us. The moment the campaigns are over, I will come. And as a public figure, as a respected gentleman in the country, immediately we were done with campaign, Julius Abure visited the police. And they took statement from him. And again, the final report is out. The forensic report is out. And again, a barrister in the person of Akimbade is saying that he came to the party office. Is he not supposed to be a legal advisor of the party? If there is any case against an officer of the party, who should advise? Who did he advise? Rather, he went and connived with somebody that used to be our state chairman in Ebonyi State, who was given ticket on interim basis to hold brief, as a placeholder when we are not having a candidate. And the young man at some point came back and said that he must be the one to produce the governorship candidate. And the party said no, that since you have withdrawn, it is the parties that will decide who will match the governorship candidate. And the party went into primary when the Oko he mentioned have withdrawn accordingly. And the young man said that he's going to fight, that he can't accept it. And he fought it. The reports are there. Akimbade should know, as a lawyer, that as long as Labour Party is concerned, it is not the court that would decide the Labour Party leadership. The Supreme Court have said it, Appeal Court have said it, that the leadership of political parties is not subject to discussion by any court. It's not what court will decide. It's a family business. And Akimbade that is here shouting, making noise, is more corrupt than any other person in the Labour Party. Since I joined this Labour Party in 2017, after the passage of Not Too Young to Run Bill, I ran an election in 2019. And I've taken time. I'm the youngest among them, Uncle Abati. And I can tell you that I've understudied most of them. Akimbade that is pointing finger at Abure is a more terrible human being. Let him take me up to that. I am willing to challenge him to any point with
Kennedy.
good evidences.
Kennedy.
And
Kennedy.
With the question you asked me about Peter Obi's, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, my good uncle. It's on record that in 2014, we had a very thriving candidate in Ebonyi State. In fact, we won that Ebonyi State election, and the winner was declared by NEC with just 200 and something votes. It was this same Akimbade. In fact, before this 2023 election, we were hiding Akimbade from some candidates of the party, because they said if they see Akimbade, they will no longer run under the platform of the party. Ebonyi State governorship election, Akimbade withdrew it. He can't say he didn't withdraw it. Without due approval of the party, Akimbade went and withdrew Ebonyi State governorship case from the tribunal. He's there seated with me. Let him say he didn't do that. Again, there are several instances In case, my brother, I have a brother that wanted to run for House of Reps in Lagos. Akimbade defrauded him. He's still alive. And he's willing to, in fact, he's doing a petition against Akimbade with evidences of all the money they collected from him. He is seated there. Let him point at me in area where I have defrauded anybody in this party. Let him point. But I'm putting it to him that he withdrew the case of the party. He has a track record of illicit engagement and activities. And that, I can't wash his pants like beyond this, what I've said on public, on this national TV. Let me just leave it at this. But if you want us to go washing our pants, I'm willing to do that. And I can say that Julius Abure didn't collect that amount. But beyond that, anybody that feels he has been defrauded can go to court and bring proofs. So let them go to court and prove that Julius, in fact, they accuse me of collecting 200 million naira in just concluded Imo State primaries. But I wish I collected it. So if I have that 200 million, I won't be complaining about concluding a course I'm doing currently.
All right, thanks for joining us. If you're just joining this channel, this is your most preferred YouTube channel that gives you updates on political issues and what have you. So I would urge you to subscribe to this channel, like our videos, and then make sure it goes viral. Watch till the end, don't forget. And always make sure you give us those good reviews, because it is with these actions that YouTube tends or has to recommend our videos to people in Nigeria and in diaspora. See you next time.